Audio test, check, check, check. we are, ladies and gentlemen. Is the audio working? Is the audio working? It does show. Thank you guys so much over there on Facebook. Christopher Barclough, how are you, brother? How are you doing? Are you having a good day? Are you having a good day? Because I'm having a wonderful day. Over there on Instagram, what's up, Allison? And what's up, Miss Kitty Cadaver? I hope you guys are having a good night. We're talking wrestling tonight. We have wrestling tonight. Allison, what happened earlier? It went live, but then it shut down. I was at the end of a workout, and I was trying to do a little bit of a live show while I was getting the end of my workout in, but I kept not having a good signal. So it was like it just kept shutting off. So I was like, just let it stay shut off, and it might shut off tonight too, guys. I'm just letting you know. Sometimes Instagram doesn't work for me over here at this area. You know what I'm saying? At this spot, at this area, at this whatever. Stephen Fowler has liked the chat. Thank you, Stephen. Appreciate it, brother. We're talking Chris Kanyon tonight from the Dark Side of the Ring. So it should be a fun night. Even though the Chris Kanyon stuff is not a happy story. It's definitely not a happy story. Definitely not a happy story. It doesn't end very well, if you know what I'm saying. But we all can, oh shit, I forgot to, tell the Facebook people that we got a show going on. Sorry, guys. Let me post that link over there on the old Facebook real quick because I didn't realize. Sorry, but not really sorry. Sorry, not really sorry because I don't really, we're just doing a show, guys. We're just doing a show. Here we go. Hold on. We're talking wrestling tonight. Who better than Kanyon? Exclamation point. Just ask John Cena. And then I got to have my emoji on there because I love that emoji. It's a great emoji. Boom! All right, I think we're ready to go now. Do I have it posted on Facebook? I got to give the update on Facebook, guys, because I got a lot of followers over there who don't pay attention. And I'll post it on Twitter as well. I don't think I posted it on Twitter. Guys, I'm behind right now. I don't know why I'm so behind. How did I get behind? I wish I would have found a way to put this on, what is that thing called? It's, shit. I forgot what it was called. Twitter. I guess it's Twitter. Yeah, it's Twitter. All right, so that's good now. That's ready to go. And now I just got one last... oh, no, Ronald. I'm talking out loud to myself. Here we go. Give him a little bit of time. No, not edit the video. I want... well, maybe this might work. Actually, this might actually work. So we might actually be in the right... by the way, I'm Paul Jordane. Love to meet you. Love to see you. Love to have you along with our shows. We are here now. We are going to talk about... we're here and we're queer because we're talking about good old Chris Kanyon, who came out as homosexual in his life a little bit later in his career, but still a great story. It's actually a very great story. So I do enjoy a lot of the Dark Side of the Rings and the stuff that they have, the stories that they tell and everything like that. Dark Side of the Rings are pretty cool. Christopher Barclough, what's up, buddy? Christopher Barclough, you're doing all right? Good. Stephen Fowler, and we're back. Yes, brother, I told you guys, we are back, and we're going to be staying back now. God of Sparrows, Reverend Hunt. What's up, everybody, over here on the IG? Hold on, let me get this going. All right, cool deal. All right, we're ready to rock and roll. So I had a good day today. My day was... I got up at about 5, so it turns out that I have bronchitis, maybe a little bit of bronchitis. And I did not, I wasn't sure about what it was because you don't know. We watch TV and then the TV's trying to scare you about COVID and then you start thinking God damn, do I have this stupid fucking COVID shit? Do I have to fucking wait 2 weeks now? And that fucking corny ass shit, guys. The government, if you go in there and you have a freaking negative or a positive test, they will tell your employers. They will put you on blast with all your personal information. So don't trust the government. But we already knew that. We already knew that. But no COVID here. No COVID here. It's bronchitis. Bronchitis. It's that season, I guess. And I'm on the I'm over the hill now. I'm over the worst part about it. Because I was coughing a lot, but now it's kind of like simmering down, and I hope that it does simmer down a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. There's no telling. There's no telling how that's going to go. But with all that being said, I've been staying with the workouts, been staying on track of everything. Got up at 5 a.m. today, went for a 3-mile run, came back, got a shower, went right to work, and then that didn't really work out too well, so then I'm on top of my stuff. And you guys will be seeing and hearing about it as we stay online and we stay on our show. That's just how this is going to go. That's how this is going to go. I'm going to keep you updated with everything and how Paul Jordane's doing and what Jordane's up to and all this other good stuff, because I've got some wrestling stuff coming up. And for a little while there, you guys know, I shut down and then I just blank out and I disappear for a while. And that's just what I do. It's my nature. I can't help my nature. My nature is my nature. It is what it is. I do my best trying to not necessarily be like that, but what are you going to do? Ryan Lefebvre, how are you, my brother? Hey, dude, what's up, man? How are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope you are having a great night. I'm having a great night. And we're about to talk about some Dark Side of the Ring. Are we ready to get into it? Let's get into it, shall we? So tonight is Dark Side of the Ring. The Dark Side of the Ring. Be scared. Be scared, because it's the dark side of the ring. You don't know how violent and crazy these guys are. But then again, you can, because if you watch them on TV, you'll know. You'll know. God of Sparrows, we love you, Papa Jordane. Hey, I love you too, God of Sparrows. You know Papa Jordane is here for all my children. All my children. Well, I wouldn't say children. I would say Jordaneites. Even though that's too long. I know that's too long, but I like Jordaneites. Unless you guys can come up with something better, like what should, like ICP has juggalos. Why can't I have something? I want Jordaneites or something less complicated than Jordaneites. Really come up with it. Anyway, Dark Side of the Ring, Chris Kanyon, and my first experience with Chris Kanyon, and everybody knows that Chris Kanyon was homosexual. Well, now everybody knows. I guess back in the day, nobody knew, and I that wasn't anything that I would have even thought about unless it was a Gorgeous George type character where they were actively acting like they were overtly presenting homosexual characteristics, because a lot of times most of the wrestlers weren't actually well, first of all, the homosexual wrestlers weren't good guys. They didn't make them as good guys. They made them bad guys, usually, always. And that was one of the things that Chris Kanyon got into, because Chris Kanyon was like, I want to have a positive influence. I don't want to be the gay guy that everybody boos, and from that point, there were gay guys who were being cheered, but they weren't public about their sexuality. And you can debate on how important someone's sexuality is to you, but to me, it's not important to me. I don't care if you're gay, straight, fucking LGBTQ plus equal sign, greater than, less than, fucking zer, z, zay, thee, they, he, her, she, me, my, mu, ba, ba, blah, 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 blah. Whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you happy. I can't get mad at somebody who they want you to express their pronouns. Sure, I'll express your pronouns to a certain point, but you gotta express my pronouns because I'm Papa Jordane. So, God of Sparrows, the Cult of Jordane. I like the Cult of Jordane, but unfortunately, the Cult of Cornette is already there. So can we come up with something similar to Cult of Jordane, where it would be kind of like that type of context? Because I do like that. I do really like that. But I don't know if we'd be able to make it work, because I don't want it to be a straight ripoff of I don't want it to be a straight ripoff of Colt of Cornet. Lori, my 100%, always been there, always there. Lori, I didn't know he went through half of that stuff. I didn't know that he went through a lot. A lot of the stuff that Chris Kanyon went through. And you have to remember, he had some mental issues. Maybe he was bipolar, maybe he had depression, maybe he had a little bit of both. And maybe we all have different levels of that inside of us, and I think that we really do. Some people are able to manage it, and some people aren't, because maybe the chemicals in their brains isn't being fed in the right way, or whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be, something's going wrong, or possibly going wrong. And if you're in the professional wrestling business, you have to think about the professional wrestling business, because it's a very aesthetic. It's very aesthetic. You have to make sure that you try to look good too. You have to try to look as good as you possibly can, because it's perception, and your perception is reality, and a lot of people are worried about their perception. So a funny inside joke, and I could go to Twitter and I could post about a whole lot of people talking about how they have body dysmorphia because they're in the wrestling business. And yeah, I have that to an extent, but I also want to be healthy, and part of me doesn't give a shit what you think. So it doesn't necessarily bother me, because, you know, I've been wrestling for a long time, so I've kind of been through a lot of this stuff. But a lot of new people coming into the business, and they have whatever personal thing inside them that they're not necessarily comfortable sharing with people, whether it be that you're in the closet because you're gay, whether it be because you came from a poor family, and now you're hanging out with all these rich people, and you don't even know how to communicate, because people do communicate. Whenever they come from different backgrounds, they do communicate differently, you can tell. Or there's so many variables that could make somebody uncomfortable. Maybe it's a speech impediment, and they did say that Kanyon had a speech impediment. So there are possibilities. There are a whole bunch of other factors that are involved in the problems that you may have in your current situation. Whether, if you are a professional wrestler, maybe you do have a little bit of body dysmorphia. But will that body dysmorphia, or that little version of body dysmorphia, maybe you're a little too hard on yourself? Possibly you're a little too hard on yourself, which that's a normal thing. People are hard on themselves all the time. But when it comes to body dysmorphia, which becomes a mental issue or a mental health issue, what can you do about that to help, other than take medicine or cognitive behavior therapy? What can normal people do to try to make themselves better, to where they don't have to deal with these types of things? And it doesn't seem like there's an answer, because Chris Kanyon lived his life, and he was a very public individual. He was on national television for a very long time, and he died when he was 40. So Kanyon spent a lot of time in the wrestling world, and Kanyon was out there trying to promote his stuff. He was trying to promote his stuff. So now that we get into the Chris Kanyon, now Chris Kanyon, whenever I first heard of Chris Kanyon, it was not Chris Kanyon. It was Mortis. Mortis and Wrath were professional wrestlers that I really liked, and they were in WCW. It was a really big dude, and he's not a small guy, but it was like a medium-sized guy, kind of like Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, the Outsiders, kind of like that. And I was really into him, and I personally loved the Wrath character, because I loved the skulls. I thought that the purple with the skulls was just fucking badass. I thought Wrath and Mortis were fucking phenomenal. I thought they were awesome. I loved Wrath and Mortis. I didn't know. At that time when you're a fan, you don't know what people are going through. You have no idea. You have not a clue. But when I saw Mortis, I was like, holy shit, man, this is fucking awesome. But I loved the character. I was so into the character. Now, thinking back onto it, I do remember seeing a bunch of innovative moves. I remember seeing a fire. No. You have them on your shoulders. The legs are right here. They're standing on top like an electric chair, but you're still holding them up. And he bumped this guy over him and put him into an X Factor type move. So I'm like, pretty fucking cool shit. But a lot of his matches had a lot of cool shit like that. Maybe not necessarily the same thing in the WWE, but WCW, you do see a lot of that creativity. You see a lot of Chris Kanyon's creativity in WCW. Maybe you see some of that in some of the lesser known feuds and, you know, bigger types of things that Chris Kanyon was involved in the WWE, but the WWE is more of a controlled environment because it's just at a higher level. It's just at a higher level. WCW was on the downfall. It was on the downturn at that point. And whenever he made his debut into the WWE, I was excited, but I'm a big wrestling fan. I love wrestling. I'm a wrestler. This is all I have. All I have is wrestling. I don't have anything else. This is the only reason why I'm still here, is because of wrestling. So there's a lot of wrestling that I like. There's a lot of wrestling that I don't like. We all have those types of things. You know, you have your favorite, and then you niche down into what you specifically like. So I didn't necessarily get into Mortis too much because I was way more into the Hogan Roddy Piper feud that was going on at the time. But I enjoyed their matches, and a lot of people, like a lot of the Ravens flock guys, I enjoyed their matches, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. What's up, Heather? How are you over there? Ezra, how you doing, brother? Ozos, I'm sorry, Ozos. What's up, Daisy May? How you doing? How you doing? Michigan Girl has joined the chat as well. What's going on, Michigan Girl? And then over here on the Facebook, old Lori, good old Lori said, I remember him as Mortis first also. Yeah, that was when I was introduced to the Mortis character, or Chris Kanyon, and I was all in. I was all in. Now, Dark Side of the Ring was pretty damn cool because they did explain a little bit of his backstory. They explained where he came from. They explained that, you know, he had some hardships, and we all have hardships. We all have hardships. It's one of those things where you have to take yourself out of your personal situation and understand that we all have hardships. You can't be too hard on yourself, and you can't be too hard on anybody else, because life is hard to control. Life is very hard to control. Christopher Barclough. Kanyon is a former WCW World Tag Team Champion with Diamond Dallas Page in WWF during the Invasion angle. Thank you, Christopher Barclough. Keep throwing out those little facts, because I like that. Was that the Jersey Trifecta or the Jersey Triad? I think it was. Or was that in WCW? Because I know that Diamond, like he did tag with, but I think that they had Bam Bam Bigelow there, which was the Jersey Triad, and I think that was WCW. But he was still teaming with Diamond Dallas Page in WWE, which is great. And they were tag team champions, which is another great thing. That's another huge accomplishment, especially for a professional wrestler who actually loves the business and he's not a model or a fucking football player or some other athlete that looks really good that can do the athletic moves in the ring. But that's more WWE style. AEW's more real wrestlers. WWE's more like, let's hire a model and make them wrestle. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Rick Morris has liked the chat. Thank you, Rick. I love that you guys are always here to support, and I will always remember the people who are always there. Always there. I love it and I appreciate it, because people are fickle. People get emotional, and then they just drop off and they run off and all these other good things. But getting my solid people like Daystone Wolf, Core Buttman, all you guys who, once I brought the show back, are here rocking and rolling. Dude, I love that. Michigan Girl over here, Cole Heather, Allison over here. Like, you guys are making this you make it so easy. You make it so fun. You make it so much more fun. I fucking love sitting down and talking about wrestling. Well, I love sitting down and talking about everything, but also wrestling. I love sitting down and talking and having these conversations and seeing how we're going. and seeing what we're doing. Like, what's going on in the business? What's going on? How is everything? What's changing? Is there changes? Is there, like, what needs to be changed? It's a bunch of weird things. It's a bunch of weird things. So, God of Sparrows. Oh, no. Shit. God of Sparrows. Me who gets emotional. She has that meh. The meh comment. Yeah, but we all get emotional. Nobody's mad at you for that. You get emotional and get over it and then come back home. I like you too, Jordane. Thank you, Allison. Thank you, Allison. I love you guys. I do love you guys. And, we've almost been doing the show for a year now. So we're getting there. Once we get to November, the Jordane show has been running for a whole year. I had about a month layoff, but give me some days off. You can put that in through the year. It's all good. We got 128 episodes so far. That's pretty fucking awesome if you do ask me. Thank you, Ralphie. Good old Ralphie has shared the stream, and I love. Thank you so much, Ralphie, for sharing the stream. I love the support. I love you guys. Anyway, back to business. Chris Kanyon. Christopher Barclough. Jordane is the king of wrestling. Christopher Barclough. You just have to wait. And see what I'm going to be doing very soon. And just keep those words in mind, Christopher Barclough. Jordane is the king of wrestling is 100% true, and you will be seeing it very, very soon. I am busting my fucking ass, and I'm not quitting. I've quit a lot. I tried to convince myself not to love wrestling anymore. I tried, but I can't because it's part of me. It is what I am. So I'm accepting who I am, and I'm fucking all in. All in. Because wrestling's very emotional, and it will fuck with you. But it's not like it's fucking with you on purpose. It's the nature of the beast. Sometimes the beast will fuck with you, but you need to realize what the beast is. And when you face that beast before, you know how to face it. Eventually, you'll kill that motherfucker if it doesn't kill you. And that's what I'm going to do. But enough about me. Oh, shit, Marcus Gibbs up in the chat. What's up, brother? Jordane, you the best, my dude. Thank you, brother. I love you. Thank you so much for the support, brother. I love that you even commented on here. Thank you, Octane. Michigan Girl, you're my favorite wrestler. Thank you, Michigan Girl. I know that every time I see you at a show, you always tell me that. So when you guys see me at a show, please make sure that you know that, make sure that you tell me that you appreciate the Jordane show and what I'm doing, because this is for all of us, man. This is for all of us. I couldn't imagine watching a wrestling show and then being able to chat with my favorite wrestler. And I have a lot of fans who tell me that I am their favorite wrestler. So this is me saying, all right, well, here's access to your favorite wrestler. Now you can really get to know me. Now you can decide if you really like me or if you really don't. Because now you're going to see how I am and who I really am. And who I really am is wrestling, though. That's the thing. I am the same. I'm not playing a gimmick. I am Jordane. That's what I am. That's who I am. Anyway, back to Mortis. Or Chris Kanyon. Chris Kanyon. Christopher Barclough. But we're gonna get to Father James Mitchell. So Mortis started out, in my head, he started out as Mortis. I didn't know anything about no Chris Kanyon. I wasn't familiar with Chris Kanyon previously. So seeing Mortis and knowing that I like kind of dark stuff like that, and I like whenever you have like spooky characters and stuff. So Wrath and Mortis were right up my alley, and I really liked them. But then you go on to the evolution, and the evolution of Mortis turns into Chris Kanyon, and now this is Chris Kanyon, who he is. This is him. Part of his name, Kanyon Notice, Canyonitis, Kanyon, something like that. Christopher Barclough, what is it? Canyonotis, Canyonitis. Chris Kanyon something, but he changed it pretty close to what his name is. Just like I changed my name. Well, I didn't change my name, but I made my name Paul Jordane because my middle name is Paul Jordane. And I can't explain to you guys how many times I have had people in the wrestling business when I would tell them my name's Paul Jordane, and they were like, "Well, are you French?" I'd be like, "No, I'm not fucking French. No, I'm American. I'm American. Why are you asking me if I'm French? Because my name's French. Well, my grandfather came from Canada, from a French part of Canada. Maybe it was French. I have to double check. But whenever he came over here, he had a French name. But he was Native American. So what do you want me to do? What am I supposed to? What do I do? I don't know. I don't know how to explain this shit to you. I barely even know it. I barely even know my family history. I can't explain that shit. It's hard to tell. But you never know. You never know what people are and what people are doing. And most people probably didn't know anything about Chris Kanyon at the time. And after Mortis was done, then you have Chris Kanyon. And Chris Kanyon came out and he was being more of himself. He was being more of himself. He was being Chris Kanyon and he was being fun. And I always loved the WCW gimmick. So now he made it to WCW and he was tagging with Diamond Dallas Page and they became tag team partners during the Invasion angle. And the WCW Invasion angle was when WCW was literally bought by Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon bought his competition and used it as a story, which obviously you should use it as a storyline. It should be a storyline, but I mean, at a certain point, what exactly can you extrapolate from that? Because most people think of the Invasion angle as being the drizzling shits. Nobody likes the Invasion angle. They thought it could have been so much better. And it really could have been, but I don't necessarily think that was the WWE's fault because the WWE had a bunch of contracted wrestlers under WCW contracts, but they did not have to work for the WWE. They would have to sign a new contract and void their old contract. But in order to do that, they had the option to sit at home and get paid or go work and get paid the same amount probably. The WWE's probably not going to give them more money than what they were already earning because that's what they're worth. Why would they give them more money than what they're worth about you and like you? The people that you're drawing in, you have to make the company money, and then the company pays you for the money that they made. But they have to make a little bit more money than what you're drawing in so that everybody wins, so that everybody makes enough money. So it is a business. It's art and it's business, and it's a hard balance because people are very passionate about it. I'm super passionate about it. I love this shit, but I also understand it is a business. We can't forget that. There's going to be a lot of decisions that are made that you do not like because it happens. Christopher Barkloff. I love the Jordane show. I never miss it. Thank you, Christopher Barkloff. And I love that you're here. I love having you guys here. Always, always. Christopher Barkloff. Chris came out of WCW Slamboree and attacked Raven and the Flock inside Bowery Death Steel Cage. Was that the stacked steel cage thing? I don't remember that one. That's a hard one for me to remember. Now we're moving into the WCW transition, and Gold Christopher Kanyon was managed by good old James Mitchell, Father James Mitchell, or James Vandenberg. Is that what you called him, Christopher Barkloff? I don't remember his name. Oh, yep, James Vandenberg. Okay, cool. But Father James Mitchell, and I just know him as Father James Mitchell, so that's what I'll keep it as. Or the Sinister Minister. And he had a close relationship with Chris Kanyon, and he had some very good insight on Chris Kanyon's mindset because he actually trusted James Vandenberg or James Mitchell. Now I'm all messed up in my head. But he actually trusted Father James Mitchell, and Father James Mitchell, they had a closer relationship so that he could actually tell him, like, hey, I'm gay, but I don't want to tell anybody. Can you help me figure out my situation? And he would try to help him figure out his situation. And they had, you got to watch the documentary. I'm not going to give away too many spoilers about the documentary, but if you haven't seen it, you do need to see it. But they were very close. And I have seen a few YouTube and Twitter comments, one of them from Wrath, who was his old tag team partner. But I did watch a shoot interview with Wrath talking about Chris Kanyon, and Chris Kanyon did, it didn't seem like they were that close. From what Wrath was saying, it sounded like, or it seemed like, they just weren't that close. So maybe they were a tag team, and they just didn't give a fuck about each other. I've been in tag teams where we didn't give a fuck about each other. Like, it just is what it is. Sometimes there's not much you can do. Wrath, a.k.a. Atom Bomb. Yeah, in case, yeah, thank you for that, Christopher Barclough. Good call, Barclough, good call. Because Wrath was Atom Bomb, and he was Atom Bomb, and people know him as Atom Bomb. So I just think from watching the 30-minute shoot interview, and I think it was on the Hannibal YouTube page, I don't think they had that close of a relationship. It doesn't seem like he had that close of a relationship because a lot of the questions that they brought to him, he didn't really have a good answer. He was like, he was like kind of like, And I would have thought his tag team partner would have way more insight, but no. I think James Vandenberg had way more insight. Now, I did say Raven, the Raven effect on Twitter. I did see that Raven made some comments saying that he was very close with Kanyon, and he thought that he should have been interviewed for the documentary. But I'm sure a lot of people do think that they should be interviewed for the documentary because that's part of the game. But I know that he shouldn't. He shouldn't. Christopher Barclough, no, they didn't. Do you mean no, they didn't have a close relationship? Because that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they didn't have a close relationship. Over here on Instagram, God of Sparrows, you look like you have little ears, and it's the most cutest thing I've ever seen. I do, don't I? Do I? Are those little ears? I don't know. Look like elf ears? Oh, you have little elf... It looks like little elf ears. I'll take it. Now, I have seen some rumors about people talking about James Vandenberg or Father James Mitchell, talking about how he and Kanyon people are speculating online that Father James Mitchell and Kanyon had a very, very close relationship. Like they were very tight. They loved each other. They physical and all that other good stuff. Nobody said or done anything to make you think that it would be true, but people have seen the documentary and they're like, oh, maybe they were gay. But that might be just another bullshit thing where people are like, oh, they're gay. Oh, they must love every dude. They must be like horn dogging all the time because they see all these dudes everywhere. And it's just not a realistic perspective. So you have to take that type of stuff with a grain of salt, especially when it's coming from Twitter. More likely, they were just really good friends, and Father James Mitchell he's just a good dude. And he's like, man, I got your back, brother. I got your back. I got my friends' back. I don't give a fuck what they are. I don't give a fuck whatever they do in their off time. I don't care about that. If you're my friend, I got your back. It doesn't matter. None of the bullshit matters because we're friends. I got your back. But, that's how I am. I know that's not how everybody is. Everybody has their weird hang-ups on whatever they want to have a hang-up on. And that's why Chris Kanyon had such a hard time coming out. You have to think about this, guys. Most people have a hard time coming out. Most people have a hard time coming out when... Most people have a hard time coming out just in general, just in general, to a normal lifestyle. When I say a normal lifestyle, I don't mean being on national television every single week. So the people who are coming out are worried about their perception or how people are, like, is this going to change everything? Because who they love, who they want to spend their time with, whatever the fucking case may be, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant because we are human beings and we should be able to enjoy and care about each other in any kind of way. I don't care whatever kind of way it is. We should always care about each other as long as it's not detrimental, as long as you're not taking advantage, as long as you're not really hurting other people. I don't care. Who cares? Why would you care? You have a hang-up because you're not as free as the other people who are being free. So that is what it is. God of Sparrows, my science teacher, the earth has a slight bulge. My friend talking to me, a slight bulge is what I have. That's random as shit, but that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Uh, and somebody said, I agree. And Christopher Barkloff, they don't have a close relationship as a team. It didn't seem like it. It didn't seem like they had that close of a relationship. It didn't seem like it at all. And the interview with Wrath, it'd be funny if they actually did interview him and they were just like, we can't really use any of this because it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. Because he doesn't really have much. He doesn't really say much, you know? So you get a lot of the backstory with Father James Mitchell. And Father James Mitchell has his back. And Father James Mitchell was trying to, keep the secret under, and he's just trying to help him out. Maybe they had something, maybe not. It's fun to speculate, and I know that that's what people do on the internet. That's what people do everywhere. That's what people do on every website, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all of them. People love speculating and arguing about shit. That's just human nature. So that's fine. Not really that big of a deal. It's like the Twitter rumors are always fun. But now we're going to get into, towards the end of that episode, that really kind of broke my heart. It really kind of broke my heart. And we're going to get into that once I get back. Hashtag IHTP. If you guys saw my my story earlier, I was buying 6 gallons of water because normally I at least drink 1 gallon of water a day. You probably a gallon and a half, probably more than that. But IHTP, I will BRB. Hashtag IHTP, I will BRB. See you all in just a couple minutes, and then we will continue on with the show. We still have a lot to go, so don't go away. All right, I will be back. All right. The pee break. The pee-pee. The pee-pee is gone, guys. The pee-pee is gone. I got the pee-pee out. We're all good to go. We're ready to rock and roll, as they say. I guess we could say that we're going to rock and roll. But so towards the end of the Chris Kanyon episode, I was very sad about it because I was seeing the footage that they had. But it's so complicated. It's very complicated. Hey, Daystone. Oh, Daystone Wolf just jumped in. Hey, Daystone Wolf. How are you? Meant to be here earlier, but I was busy. Charlie horses are a bitch. They're a bitch. But we're talking about Chris Kanyon. And Chris Kanyon has made his way into the WWE. And now he's Chris Kanyon. And he's... Hold on. Let me put up the Chris Kanyon. While we're talking about Chris Kanyon, let's put up some Chris Kanyon photo. So Chris Kanyon's made his way from the WCW to the WWE. Tag team champions with Diamond Dallas Page. And then he gets a character change, and he's Who Better Than Kanyon? And then he did the Who Better Than Kanyon? And then I think that the crux, Daystone Wolf didn't know much about Chris Kanyon. Yeah, he was a little bit before your time, Daystone Wolf. He was a little bit before your time. The important stuff about Chris Kanyon, I'm actually about to get into the important stuff about Chris Kanyon. So that's where we're going next. So Chris Kanyon, like I stated earlier, he was in the closet and he had a hard time with that. So like I said previously, there are plenty of gay wrestlers in professional wrestling, but they were not open and they did not put it out there like that. Like Pat Patterson's been around since the late 60s, early 70s. And most of the people backstage knew that he was gay. And he has a lot of controversies. what's the deal with his controversies? I don't know, man. Maybe they'll do a Dark Side of the episode, and then we'll Dark Side of the Ring, and we'll have to get into it. But everything's kind of speculation. But he was in WWE, and he was doing the Who Better Than Kanyon, and I like the Who Better Than Kanyon. I didn't really see him as like a top guy. I wasn't like, oh my God, I love this Kanyon guy, but I enjoyed Kanyon. I didn't think he sucked. I enjoyed him. There's so many shit wrestlers on national television. For you to say that Chris Kanyon sucked, he couldn't cut it, which is the John Cena, Ric Flair angle. Somebody had to tell them to say that. Somebody had to tell them to say that because they said that publicly. And I wasn't aware of them having him sing Boy George and then get the fuck beat out of him. I don't know the rhyme or reason to that. I don't know anything about why or who or whatever. I don't get it. I don't know. There are so many throwaway segments from wrestling television. That was probably just a throwaway wrestling segment. But since Chris did what he did after he was released from the WWE, he then made it come out to light. Now we're all having a documentary about it because of Chris did what he did. And now Chris got fired by the WWE. He did a Boy George impersonation on national television. He did not come out as gay publicly, but he came out gay to a couple of his friends. And friends in the wrestling business is, hey, can you help me out until you can't help me out, and then I'm not interested in you anymore because I've got bigger fish to fry. That's pretty much professional wrestling. Can you be friends in the entertainment business when you're all competing for a spot? Yeah, I think you can. A lot of people can't, but I think you can, especially if you understand that you all bring something different to the table. Something different to the table. Daystone Wolf, a Dark Side of the Ring on the Ring Boy scandal. I will have a lot to say about that one if it happens. That'll be a very, very fun one. That might be a fucking 2.5, 3 hour episode. I don't know enough about that story. And I've read Pat Patterson's book. I mean, I've read most wrestlers' books. And you have to remember that you can never take, just like the Dark Side of the Ring, you can't take everybody's word as fact. You just can't. You really can't. It's a bad idea. But what we can do is gather up as much information as we can, and we can make our own decisions with our own wherewithal on the information that we have. And after watching the documentary and then going back and then looking at the segment, you have to remember, Kanyon was a wrestler, so Kanyon could have told him, hey man, lay that fucking shit. Or it could have been possible that Undertaker was racking his brains together because he don't like gays. I don't believe that. I don't believe that The Undertaker hit him to hurt him because he didn't like his personal life. I think that The Undertaker was hitting him because he was on national television. And you can't make that shit look weak. I ain't going to make that shit look weak. I don't give a fuck if you're gay or not. You can be gay as shit. I'm going to hit you in the head. You can be straight as an arrow. I'm going to hit you in the goddamn head. I'll kick you in the face, whatever your fucking preference is. I don't care. Who cares? Well, I'm sure some people do. I don't care. If you're in the ring with me, that's what matters. I'm going to whoop that ass. I don't care if you're gay as shit. Ooh, I'm so gay. I'm so gay. Yeah, okay. We got it. You're gay. You're gay. What else you got? What else you got? But there are some people, and to this day, there are still people who are struggling with their inner thought, with the things that are inside of them, because how society is going to react. And society is not perfect. People aren't perfect. Nobody is perfect. So if you're trying to come out and you're trying to live your life to be real with yourself, because being real with yourself is more important than anything. Fuck everybody else. You need to be real with yourself, and you need to be happy with yourself. If you're not happy with yourself, figure it out. And it seems like that was the battle that Kanyon was having, because he really wanted people to know, like, he's the first openly gay wrestler, and he can be a babyface. He don't have to be a gay guy and go out and try to get boos. He can be a gay guy and go out and try to get fucking people to cheer him, and he can get people to cheer him. That's the point. You just need the opportunity. It's not like he can't. If they can do it, then let him try. But this opportunity, it looked like, who's to say what really happened? Who's to say what really happened? But it's not a good look, because the WWE is known for kind of making jokes of things and putting their jokes on national television. And I always had a friend that I would talk to, and I would be like, yeah, man, when you get in WWE, they gotta they gotta humiliate you for a little bit before they try to do something with you. You're not an investment until they break you down, and then they can build you back up, which is we can get into that as well, but that's training methods, and that's a whole nother conversation. But we'll get to that. We have plenty of time, guys. Jordane ain't going nowhere. Maybe I'll take a month hiatus, but I won't. I'll be back unless I die or something like that. But go figure, right? We're all gonna die. We ain't making it out of alive. We ain't making it out of it alive, guys. We ain't making it out alive. God of Sparrows, you kind of look like Will Turner from Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know who Will Turner. I'm sorry, guys. I don't watch a lot of movies, so I don't know who you're talking about. I know Captain Jack Sparrow, but that's all I know. But hopefully he's a good-looking fella, and I'll take the compliment if it's a compliment. Only if it's a compliment. I don't know if it's, I don't know for sure. I don't think anybody knows for sure, but there you go. We'll go back to the comments real quick, and then we'll continue on. Daystone Wolf, did you speak about Daphne Unger's passing when it happened? No, I was on my hiatus when it happened, so we can talk about that now. Daphne, who I grew up watching in WCW, she debuted with Ric Flair's son, David Flair, and she was the Scream Queen in WCW, and she was a professional wrestler. After that, she wrestled in TNA. I think she did some appearances in WWE. She's a worker. She's one of the boys, And when I say one of the boys, I mean one of the wrestlers. We can use whatever terminology you want, but she was one of the boys. She was one of us. And she just recently passed away. There was a Twitter video that people were posting, and I unfortunately saw it before I knew everything that happened. So I saw the video, and then I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I saw that Daphne had passed away via taking her own life. But I just get tired. I get tired of this happening so much. And Daphne was a lot younger, not my generation, still a generation J. It's such a cliche conversation. But if you're able to talk to people, please talk to people. Because, look, you might find a lot of people who don't like you and don't agree with you. You're going to find some people that agree with you. The world's not black and white like people think that it is. There's a lot of fucking gray. There's a whole lot of gray. So don't think that the world's not for you just because you feel like you're alone, because you're not alone. You're not alone. And the Daphne passing away hit me. It hit me hard like Eddie Guerrero, and I know Eddie Guerrero was a joke, but Daphne, I was not expecting that at all. I was not expecting that at all. That's like one of my friends. That's one of my friends. Guys, we got to be real here. We got to have real conversations. And Christopher Barkloff said, mental health is not a joke. I have too many people who are close to me who have taken their own lives because of depression or whatever the case may be. Everyone's variables are different. Everyone's experience is different. But there comes a point when they feel like they're not made for this world and they would rather not be here. And that's an understandable position to have. That's very understandable. And it's hard for me to say the whole, you just talk to somebody. Oh, call the suicide hotline. And I say that sarcastically, but because I don't believe that somebody who's suicidal is going to call a suicide hotline. I think they're going to just try. And I don't know what the best way to try to reach somebody before that. It's tough, man. It's tough. So not to put too much of a damper on the episode, but the ending of the episode does put a damper on it anyway, because we know what happens to Chris. He happened to himself, just like Daphne happened to herself. And it's very, very tough to deal with. And you have to remember, guys, we are humans. We have hundreds of thousands of years of evolution behind our brains, where 1,000 years ago, humans were the exact same as they are now. Same mental capabilities, same everything, just different technologies around them, different tools. We developed a lot of really good tools, but we've been humans for a long time. The internet has only been around for 25, maybe 30 years. Maybe I might be stretching it. I really don't think that we have the capabilities of being able to handle social media in the way that it's presented right now. Because there's a lot of anonymity, and when you have the anonymity, you can say whatever brutal bullshit you want. Go look at people's Twitters. Twitter's fucking disgusting. I hate Twitter. I go and I follow people so that they can follow me back so that I can build my following. That's it. I don't really tweet that much. I tweet my Instagram posts because I don't get into it. What am I going to do? Go argue with a fucking asshole on the internet? No, thank you. I get enough of that here. But if it's here and I'm talking to you and you're commenting some bullshit, I'll come on, bring it, bitch. You fucking loser. Coming to my shit. But everybody's not like that, and they can't handle it. It's weird because it makes you feel like people are right in front of you whenever they are not. So when it comes to cyberbullying, especially with younger children or younger teenagers or whatever, younger people, and they don't have that life experience to understand and know that that is what it is, you have to understand that these people do not know you. They don't know you. They're talking to somebody on the internet. Guys, they're talking to somebody on the internet. Don't take it personally. I know it's easy to say that. I know. Trust me. I know it's easy to say that. But you have to have the wherewithal to try to... If it's really bothering you that much, turn it off, guys. Turn it off. I want us to be able to... So... I'm just trying to figure out my verbiage. Because it's very easy to take up like a woke position and say, oh, this is a safe space. Which can be very easily made fun of. But for our spot right here, when it comes to that type of stuff, come on, guys. Come on. We want everyone to be better. Based on Wolf, the internet has been a thing since 1965, but was mainly used for military, but sometime in the 80s became what it is now. It didn't. It was in the early 90s. It was the mid-90s. By the way, everything's used by the government, and then they release it. Like your cell phone, like your GPS, that was the government first. The government had GPS, and then they released it publicly, and then Apple was the first company, or one of the first companies, who really got into it, or Google were one of the companies who really took advantage of that information they left. But it all comes from the government. Yes. So, 1965, internet was there, but it wasn't there. It was in the military. So in the mid-90s is whenever it became mainstream to the general populace. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about general populace. We can be technical and say a variation of the computer was built in 1965. And then 1975, you had the giant computers that they put in everywhere. And that's also understandable as well. But I want to go back to Christopher Barkloff with the internet bullying, because I really want us to talk about this, because you have to, if you haven't seen the episode of Dark Side of the Ring for Chris Kanyon, go and watch it, because Chris Kanyon, it seems like he was getting bullied. It seems like they were fucking with him. How many times has John Cena got on a radio show and said that somebody's not good? And I know that Howard Stern asked him directly, oh, yeah, we got this Kanyon guy here. He said he was gay, and that was why he was released. And Kanyon did say that he was doing a publicity stunt because of it. So that's understandable. But how many other people has John Cena talked shit about like that publicly? Saying that they're not good. Saying that they suck. How many people? How many people has Ric Flair's did the same thing too? And that one kind of hurt even more, because seeing Chris Kanyon on the Howard Stern show, and you have Ric Flair saying, who's arguably one of the greatest professional wrestlers. I'm going to roll my eyes. One of the greatest professional wrestlers. One of the greatest professional wrestlers. I know, bury me, right? Bury me. Charlotte Flair, WWE. Fucking bury me, fuck faces. Bury me. You can't. I'm still going to be here, bitch. But you have Ric Flair, who Chris Kanyon was a huge fan of. A huge fan. Chris Kanyon was a huge fan. Like a lot of young kids at that time were huge fans of Ric Flair. And Ric Flair came on to defend the WWE's honor, like they need somebody to defend them. And talked to Chris saying, you're just not good, man. You just suck. You're just not good, man. You just suck. So you got Ric Flair and John Cena, who are two of the biggest draws ever in wrestling. And now you're going to see why the Just Jordane show is just the Jordane show. And you guys over there on Instagram, you guys can jump over to my YouTube and my Facebook and everything, and you can check out the visual footage that I have, because I can't use any audio because the audio is just whatever. But you have two of the top guys in the industry saying it's professional wrestling, it's an art. It's perspective. It's subjective. Did they get company orders? Maybe they got company orders. And you know what? Both of them are fucking loyal douchebag WWE guys, because WWE's going to pay them. They going to make that money from WWE. WWE's got that money. Get that contract. Yeah, let me get that contract. Yeah, woo! Money, money, money. Fuck you. Fuck you. Where's the heart and soul, man? Where's the heart and soul? Even if he sucked, And I don't think that he sucked. I don't think anybody really thought that he sucked. How did he make it to the WWE if he sucked? How did he make it? How did he make it? Christopher Barkloff. Hell no, it's not true. I know Christopher Barkloff, but look, I'm not a top guy. I'm trash, bro. I'm trash. I came from trash. I don't have a fucking rich family. I don't have a wrestling family. I don't have any of that shit. I'm just Paul Jordane out here living my goddamn life. And I'm going to tell you how I feel. I'm going to tell you what I think. And this is what the fuck I think. First of all, fuck Ric Flair, fucking douchebag. Buddy Rogers ripoff, motherfucker. Buddy Rogers ripoff. Yeah, got it. Fucking Buddy Rogers. Come up with your own shit then, bro. Nature Boy. And then you do his strut. Got it. Most people don't know that, though. Most people don't. They're not aware of that. So they're like, oh, yeah. Oh, Ric Flair, let me be happy about him. Oh, he worked very hard. He was flying around all over the place, wrestling to entertain people. But he also ran around and shoved his dick in people's faces, put people's hands on his dick because he thought it was funny, because he just wanted to make people laugh. Yeah, real great. Look up to him. Fucking loser. I don't give a fuck. 15-time, 16-time world champion. Woo, fuck off. You're a piece of shit. Human being. Oops. I don't have, oh no. Poor Paul Jordane. He's never going to get over it. Fuck you. I've been in fucking wrestling for 15 years. Nobody likes me, I get it. Because I'm too goddamn good. I'm too fucking awesome. I'm great in the ring. I'm great at promo. I do a fucking hour promo every fucking day. What the fuck you think is up, baby? I'm the new age motherfucker. I don't give a shit about a contract. I don't give a shit about being your fucking slave boy. I'm not fucking Ric Flair. I'm not going to kiss your ass and say, yeah, I'll go make fun of the only openly gay wrestler who's talking about his personal life and then just tell him, and I'm going to try to shit on him because he's trying to live his dreams. I'm going to shit on him because the company told me to, but I'm going to run around and flip my dick everywhere. You got to remember, guys, Ric Flair runs around flipping his dick because he wants to make people laugh. Oh, it's just the boys. We want to make the boys laugh. Fuck off. Fuck off. It's bullshit. People are playing this shit up. Like, oh, John Cena. Yeah, John Cena, whatever. What the fuck ever. I don't even give a fuck about John Cena because John Cena was like, whoa, he's not good. He's not good. John Cena said he's not good. Oh, my God. John Cena said he's not good? Oh, man. With John Cena's wrestling prowess, we have to believe him, right? Oh, yeah. Remember, John Cena also did a movie where he shoved a tube up his asshole and put alcohol into it. I know he didn't really do it, but the guy put his ass on television as if he's shoving a tube up his asshole and putting alcohol in it for money. Yeah, I'll listen to him. Fuck Chris Kanyon. Chris Kanyon sucks. John Cena's got it right. Fuck off. Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck him. Fucking losers. They're protecting each other. They're protecting their inside clique. That's what they're doing. Chris Kanyon wasn't on their inside clique, so Chris Kanyon couldn't make it. He wasn't on the inside, so he sucks. Right. Does he really suck? How many fucking horrendous wrestlers do you see nowadays? Nowadays, you see fucking horrible wrestlers. The shits. The drizzling shits. But Chris Kanyon wasn't good enough? Come on. Somebody told you to say it, Ric Flair. You're somebody's bitch. Ric Flair, you're somebody's bitch. Screenshot this and send it all over. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, we'll go back to the comments now. Oh, man. I just, guys, I'm just done. I'm done with it. I'm done. I'm going to tell you my real opinion. I know it's been a year, but I'm going to tell you my real opinion now, and I'm done. I'm done trying to be nice. I don't want a fucking contract to work for any of these pieces of fucking shit if that's how they are. If you make a closeted gay wrestler sing Boy George on national television, You don't think that might mess with his insecurities? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Drizzling shit. Crystal Massacre. I gotta look at the comments, Crystal Massacre. But seriously, come on. Come on. You know? What do we got now? What do we got? Christopher Barkloff, Ric Flair is a effing prick. Seems like it, right? Daystone Wolf, Jordane fears copyright strikes. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I do. You got me on that one. And I also fear COVID misinformation strikes, because they do that too. Never gonna get my ass for that shit. I mean, not like I have information about COVID, so how could I be spreading false information? Christopher Barkloff. Jordane is the best promo artist and pro wrestler. Thank you, Christopher Barkloff. I love it. Fuck you, Ric Flair. Daystone Wolf. Idolizing your favorite wrestler might make you feel horrible for idolizing them when you learn what they have done when not in the ring. That's how I felt about Ric Flair. That's how I felt about Ric Flair, because everybody idolized him, and then I was like, wait a minute, this guy sounds kind of like a piece of shit. Kind of sounds like a piece of shit. Even Jim Ross. Here's some inside talk. I was talking to Jim Ross, and Jim Ross was like, "Yeah, you need to try to take in as much information from everybody that you can, so that you can make yourself better." And then Jim Ross, you know what Jim Ross said to me? Because I told him, I was like, "Hey man, I'm studying Ric Flair, man. I just read Ric Flair's book," and he was like, "Probably not the best guy to study, man. Study his in-ring work, but don't think about any of that personal stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, man. Daystone Wolf, you might be right. You might be right." Maida KG, fake podcast, week. What? I don't know what that means. Christopher Barkloff. Ric Flair is a ripoff of the late, great Buddy Rogers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. At least John Cena is fucking John Cena. Ric Flair's a ripoff. Ric Flair made, he took somebody else's shit. He didn't even come up with it. He took somebody else's shit. And then he had 5 moves of doom that he did all over the world. But people give him compliments. He was fucking John Cena of the NWA, guys. Ric Flair is John Cena of the NWA. Listen, let me take this off, because I want to make sure that y'all know. Look, John Cena was great. But, and he's a great wrestler too, by the way. I think he's a great fucking wrestler. And I think Ric Flair's a great wrestler. But there's a lot of people who don't. There's a lot of people who hate John Cena. But guess what? Ric Flair's the same way. His matches were not that elaborate, and they were not that complicated, and not that crazy. Not that crazy. Not that athletic, not that impressive. Just meh. And maybe you disagree, and I get it. Cool. You've been propagandized by the WWE to believe that Ric Flair's one of the greatest, because his daughter's one of their top girls. Guys, boys, whatever you want to call it. I don't give a shit. Fuck them. Ric Flair can't hold a candle to Buddy Rogers. I agree. Crystal Massacre. With it being 2021, people really shouldn't be making fun of the gay community. I don't care. You can make fun of whatever you want to. First of all, I don't care about that. I don't like when you take someone's personal shit and you throw it out there like it's a joke. I am not cool with that at all. Like a community, man, you can make fun of the gay community. You can make fun of any community. You can make fun of anybody. I don't care about that, because that's not a personal strike. That's like something that you're sort of related to. It's like, I'm gay. Am I in the gay community? I guess I could be. I don't really participate. There's a lot of stuff like that. So, and there's a lot of funny stuff in a lot of things. So like gay people can make fun of themselves. Straight people can make fun of gay people. Gay people make. I'm not arguing that. I'm saying the personal attacks, where Ric Flair got on the phone and said, "Chris Kanyon, you suck. You're not good enough. You can't cut it." And he did that on a national radio show in front of everybody. Think about how humiliating that is for somebody who spent their lives wrestling. If I got on the phone and Ric Flair was dressing me down, saying, "Oh, man, you're..." But, that's how it goes, guys. That's how it goes. What are you going to do? This is the best that we can do. We're doing the best that we can. Daystone Wolf. Like when I learned about Shawn Michaels, about how much of an asshole he was, but thankfully he became a better person after finding God. Right. As long as, right. You definitely, you can make mistakes. You can make mistakes and ask for forgiveness, and that's up to the people who want to forgive you, man. That's up to the people that want to forgive you. But you should be forgiven. I don't believe in the cancel culture thing. I don't believe in any of that. I don't want Ric Flair canceled. I don't want John Cena canceled or any of this shit. I know they're trying. I saw the John Cena shit. They're trying. I don't give a shit about any of that. But I'm just, the part that really hit my heart out of the whole thing, because I don't believe any of the Dark Side of the Ring bullshit anyway, was when Ric Flair was telling, he was just telling him, hey, you suck, man, you suck. And your idol telling you that you suck, man, no matter who you are, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. So, you know, Ric Flair's Ric Flair, John Cena's John Cena. They had to defend their position. They had to defend their company. They were still in the company at the time, and they were still getting big paychecks from it. Paychecks, guys, paychecks. Yeah, we're all worried about money, right? Paychecks. So they had to defend their company and say, you weren't good enough to be in the company. Got it. But what about 30 other people? So, not really a good argument. But it's a great argument if you're on national radio and Howard Stern's kind of egging it on. Because Howard Stern likes drama, so he's creating the drama. But you have Kanyon sitting there like being dogged by Ric Flair. I don't really care so much about John Cena. But it was the Ric Flair thing, because I know how much he cared about Ric Flair, you know? That's like Stone Cold coming to me and saying I suck. But Stone Cold said that I suck, I'd just kick his dumb ass right in the fucking face. I ain't that sensitive. But there are people who are sensitive, so you got to tread lightly sometimes. So, with all that being said, you know, I feel like I wasn't really engaged too much in the whole in this episode. I didn't think that it was the best episode. I enjoyed it for what it was. Those last parts, that last part that I just cut on Ric Flair and John Cena. It is what it is, man. That's just my reaction. I don't know these guys personally. I don't know anything about these people. All I see is the stuff that I'm shown on television and on the internet, and I'm just reacting to it. Don't know these guys personally. Don't want them canceled. Don't want anybody canceled. It's not about that. But I am going to defend my perspective, and I'm going to give my opinion on my show. So that's just what I do. But for the final thoughts, I do think that it is best for us to always try to take care of each other, and always, like, look, we can make fun of each other. We can make jokes. We can do all these other good things. That's part of being a person. That's part of being a bro. That's part of being a sis. That's part of being everything. But looking at each other at a deeper level, man, where sure, you might be competing for spots, even though your spot's your spot, their spot's their spot. You could both be in a good spot if you're getting that type of reaction from the crowd. It's a weird thing like that. So maybe Kanyon didn't get over, and obviously he didn't get over, or it would have went differently. But there's also, you can be put in positions to get over or not. People can bury you very, very, very easily just by getting you to come out and sing Boy George and then get hit in the head with a chair. You can be buried very easily. So you have to be careful. And you have to try to make sure, guys, let's take care of each other, and let's try to make sure that we're all going to make it to the next day. You don't know what everybody's going through. And I know we talk about this stuff, but you really do not know what people are going through. It's complicated. Everyone's complicated. We all have all of these complicated things going through our mind, and sometimes some people are like, you know what? I'm going to end it. And at that point, we need to be as positive as possible and try to help each other out and give each other safe spaces. Cancel culture. No matter who you are. Now, if you're a piece of shit, then you don't belong there anyway. And that's what it's about. But we just have to make sure that we're on top of it. Anyway, guys, this was a fun episode. Another fun episode. I think tomorrow we're going to do a shorter episode because I got to be in Jersey very early tomorrow. So I'm going to come here after my work. I'm going to knock out a quick little show. I think we might talk about dreams tomorrow, I might just cover some news. I might cover some news and make fun of it. We'll just have a little bit of fun tomorrow. And then Friday, I may have a special guest. You never know. Fridays are special guest days. So maybe we'll have a special guest on Friday and we'll see. But anyway, guys, this was a fun episode. I'm going to jump through the comments one last time and then we're going to jump on out of here. Thank you for Crystal Massacre for commenting and over there on Instagram. Daystone Wolf. Thank you, Christopher Barclough. Love it. Christopher Barclough, Ric Flair should take a long, good, hard look at himself in the mirror. I'm sure he does. Daystone Wolf, what are you doing in Jersey? I'm wrestling. I am training. I am getting ready. I've got some pretty big dates coming up for professional wrestling, and I have to train my ass off. So I've been training my ass off, and I'm not fucking around. I'll do an Instagram live on the way home tomorrow. So if you guys are around, come and visit me on Instagram live tomorrow on my way home. I'll do a live. I used to do lives coming from training home. I'll do that again. God of Sparrows, watching your live streams makes my day so much better. This is a place where I can truly feel comfortable. God of Sparrows, I want like that right there. That right there is I can't explain to you how much that means to me, because I want everybody to feel at least comfortable. Just feel comfortable to be yourself. Just be yourself, guys. We're all fucking dummies. I have over 150 hours, probably 200 hours of me on YouTube being a fucking dummy. I don't give a shit. Try not to be so hard on yourself about things. Just don't be so hard on yourself about things. Daystone Wolf, is it just Instagram? Yes, it's just Instagram this time. I might do a multi-stream. We'll see. I could do a multi-stream on my phone, but they don't really look that good. I could do Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, but we'll see. Christopher Barclough, being on here with my hero, talking about and ranting on wrestling and paranormal. Yes, and we're going to get into the paranormal stuff as well, but I've got a lot of stuff that I got to look up for that. So we're going to get into that. Paranormal stuff's right up my alley. You know that. But I lost Ralphie, I lost Dreama, and I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to manage this stuff without my solid rocks that I normally have. So anyway, guys, we're going to jump off here. This was a very fun episode. This was a great episode. I want you all to know that, hey, if you ever need to talk to somebody, fucking DM me. I'll try to hit you back, man. It's hard. It's hard for me to stay on top of it, but hit somebody up and talk to people if you're feeling lonely, if you're feeling like you're not good enough for whatever it is. Because, guys, you're good enough. You're good enough. And it definitely gets better from any type of negative situation that you may in. And it may be fucking horrendous things. Guys, I've been through some horrendous shit. You can get through it. You can get through it. You can become strong. Even if you feel weak, you're going to feel weak until you get through it. And then you know you're strong. How do you know you're strong without becoming strong? You don't know. You don't know. So try to. But anyway, guys, I love you all. This is a blast. See you on the next stream. We'll see you on the next stream, Daystone Wolf. Christopher Barclough, I feel that way. Love it. Love you guys. You all have a great